Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real to Real 360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real to Real 360 show. Let's get it in.
We do the knowledge and wisdom so you can understand. Real to Real 360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace and blessings. What's going on, party people in the place to be? It's your man, DJ K-Wise, a.k.a. Kato, the Black Superhero. Welcome to another exciting and explosive episode of the Real to Real 360 show. But before we even jump into it, let's get right into it with my man, my brother in God, my baby brother, love him to the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host with the most, and I'm still waiting on my 5% of $50, but it's all good though. All right. We're bringing on my co-host with the most, Joshua Law, a.k.a. Mr. PhD, is in the building. Peace to the God.
Peace to all our followers and listeners, all our subscribers. Make sure that y'all tuned in today because today is going to be epic. When I talk about, you know what I'm saying, female MCs, those individuals who laid the groundwork for a lot of the women that you see today. This woman, she was part of the Juice Crew All-Stars. You understand me? Like when we talk about Marley Marl, we talking about Sweet Tea, we talking about, you know what I'm saying, the golden age of hip hop. And she's still rocking the mic. You know what I mean? So right now, Kay, won't you kick that first joint that she had, you know what I mean, to bring her out and make sure that she put Long Island on the map.
Now, unlike the others, Mac made her smile. She said he's the only one that was worth her while. He said he did her right, there was no one greater. Then she found out that he used a vibrator. Vibrator, 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 vibrator. So all you fellas, we just wanna know if your name reminds us, say ho. Say ho. So all you fly guys ever run to lake, you better run to the doctor because you died from AIDS.
That was sad. That was sad.
Yo, that right there is ridiculous because that takes me back, you know what I'm saying, back in the days when hip hop was hip hop. But also, too, you got to understand, like, we're talking about Friday nights, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl, the Rap Attack. And anybody in the tri-state area remember, you know what I'm saying, how it came on in the promo for Mr. Magic, Marley Marl, you know what I'm saying, Rap Attack. And we have a cut of that because this is MC Glamorous on the promo for Mr. Magic and Marley Marl. Okay, kick that in for me.
We're going to bring in, we bring it on or we going to the next?
Bring it on. Bring it on.
We bringing the MC on, the living legend himself.
On. Ladies and gentlemen, this is MC Glamorous. You know what I'm saying? The first to get a record deal in Long Island, the first female MC to be recognized in Long Island, you know what I'm saying, to put Long Island on the map. You know what I'm saying? We salute you, you know what I mean? Because we really appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the groundwork that you laid for other MCs. Peace.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.
So, sister, how was it like? How did you get into MCing? You know, especially coming from LI, you know what I'm saying? Because we know that a lot of times people looked at hip hop like it was in the boroughs, especially during that period of time. So, how did you get into MCing?
Well, ever since I was young, I'm talking since I could write, I used to write poems all the time. Right. And I always wrote poems because my mom told me, and as we were coming up, she said, Chuck Berry's your cousin, you know, and you know, the late great Chuck Berry. So as you see my government name, that's right. You know, I kept the name Berry, you know. So I would write, and you know, when you at school and they put you in certain things in chorus, I always got the lead part. And in camp, I would do poems and stuff, and you know, and I was a bit sheltered, and my mom would shelter us. I really couldn't go out anywhere really, but my brothers did. And when my brother went out, he would bring his friends. And when they started with the turntables and stuff, this was in the 70s and the late 70s. And I started writing and rapping when they was, but nobody never really heard me. Only the people who I was in contact with, like camp in the summertime, my brother's friends, when they would come over, that's the only time they saw me, you know, and heard me. And I just broke out when it got to the 80s. I just broke out. But I've been professionally doing it. You know, I just went into, you know, it was my time when I joined the Glamour Girls. It was my time. And I thank the creator for allowing me to be in that position, because he made me there at the time. I was there at the time. So, you know.
Definitely. How did you meet the Glamour Girls? And what did who did the Glamour Girls consist of, so our audience know exactly who was who?
First off, my name is MC Glamorous, and at the time, I did not make the name of the Glamour Girls. Sweet Tea came up with that name, and I always said somebody's gonna think I named the crew after me. No, she had an idea and she had a vision, and when things went south, they went south. But we were called. I met Sweet Tea at a barbecue,
right?
Because I was freestyling on the mic, and when she heard me, she invited me to her birthday party to perform for her birthday party. Now I wasn't really, I wasn't on no record yet, but I was glad. I was like, Sweet Tea want me to perform at her birthday party? Okay. It was the same night as my prom. Yes, I did. Leave my date. Got on the N6 in my prom dress and went to her birthday party and performed. Like, okay, night is over. Bye. Yes, I did. It was after 12 o'clock midnight. Date is over. I'm on the N6 in Jamaica. She met me. And I went to her house and I performed. I changed, performed at her birthday party, spent the weekend with her. We went to Coney Island, and that's when we met Tony D. And that's when we put it together. Now we were first called the Bad Girls to answer over Veronica to the Bad Boys.
Right.
But they told us we couldn't use that name. It was a big thing. That's why Sweet Tea came up with the Glamour Girls. And she had a vision. We took a promo picture. We did, she designed everything. She wrote everything. I just was a performer.
Okay.
I was just glad to be, signing a deal and doing something. I was like happy. I was 17, 18 years old. I was like, yeah. Because I had been doing it since 13, 14, been writing. And then a couple of years later, right after, then of course that was my promise. I was in the 12th grade. I was graduating. So I was about to be, happy, live, doing what I was doing. I was like, oh, this is my time. And we traveled and we did stuff. It was fun being with the Glamour Girls. Sweet Tea and I was very, very close. Both of us, we still keep in touch to this day.
That's great. That is great because I think I saw Sweet Tea one time at Tribeca, and she came out to support Rob Bass, and it was a heck of a night that night. But how did you meet Mr. Magic?
Okay, I met Mr. Magic before I met Sweet Tea.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how that happened. Now, when I was 15, this is before I graduated, probably 14, 15 years old. Dr. Bob Lee came to our school, and we won a concert. And in that concert we won, he brought Curtis Blow to perform. And this was, what year was that? I think it was 83, 84, somewhere around there. But anyway, he Curtis Blow, after the show, I went to him and he told me I had to make a demo. Because I said, how do I get, he said, make a demo. So I made a demo. I used to follow up Public Enemy when they were Spectrum City. I used to follow it. So someone from that group, Sam Mathematics, he took me to go do the demo.
Yeah.
Okay, so step by step. Then I used to call into the Rap Attack all the time. So Chili Q, Quimley, he was like, yo, that's hot. I let him hear my demo. He was like, yo, that's hot. Come up to the radio station and Magic will play it. So me, of course, I took the Long Island Railroad to Manhattan when WBLS was on 2nd Avenue. And I went. And when I went to go take my demo up there, because I was doing everything Curtis Blow instructed me to do a demo. Get it, that was, instruction, but Chili Q gave the second instruction. And I came up there. I got all the way into the room where Magic was at answering phones and stuff. And he was like, how old are you? And I said, 16. Why? He said, little girl, go home. Yo, he dissed me. He dissed me. Little girl, go home. I got my tape, with the cassette tape. My cassette tape. That's the first time I met Mr. Magic. And I went home, but I did not stop because, as you know, part 2 is when I met Sweet Tea.
Right. Right.
You know, I was performing, you know, in my community at barbecues and stuff. Like I would get on the mic at the parks and stuff. My community already knew who I was, you know. And so when I met Sweet Tea, I was happy. I was like, oh, she took me to meet Davy DMX down the block because the cookout was down the block from Davy DMX's house.
Right.
I was, you know, I would go to Queens to hang out a lot. And I went to Queensbridge. That's when I met MC Shan, you know. I knew Biz from the Castle. I joined, I was in a contest, a rap contest, and I won first place. But before I won, Biz Markie came up to me. He said, yo, Glam, you want me to beatbox for you? And I said, nah, that's all right, because I knew he beatboxed for Roxanne Shante.
Right.
So I said, nah, that's all right. Because if I want to win, I want to win by myself. I want everybody to know that it's me. I ain't win because of Biz. Yeah. I didn't want that. You know, so, and I did. I won first place, but it tied with Sugar Bear. Do y'all know Sugar Bear?
Yeah.
And I was like, this couldn't give it to me, you know. And you know what the prize was?
What?
A record deal with Pop Art. Did I get it? No. I wound up on Pop Art anyway. That was the decree. You know, it was destined for me to be on Pop Art, and that's how. So, I met Craig G, Biz Markie, all before I joined the Juice Crew. Now, the kicker was this, because Veronica was a hit. Mr. Magic invited us to perform with the Juice Crew at Andrew Jackson in Queens at a Juice Crew show, but it never jumped off. So we're backstage. Mr. Magic saw me, and he kept trying to talk to me, and I kept dissing him. And he didn't know why. I was like, "What this girl's like?" He said, "Yo, can I take you?" No. And I went with Sweet Tea, Sinsky, and Tony D. We had this a Jaguar. Tony D had this Jaguar, and we was in the Jaguar. And Mr. Magic came over to ask, could he take me home? I said no. And Tony D was like, "What are you doing? He's not gonna play your record." I was like, "What?" I said, "I ain't no hoe. No. I ain't going out like that." They was looking at me like, "Go ahead." No, I ain't going with him. So, you know, Dice from Houdini, right?
Yeah.
He was, Tony D was like, "Well, I'm not going to Long Island. I'm going to Coney Island." I said, "Word." And Dice was like, "I'll take you home." So he got my bags. We got in the car, and he was proceeding to take me to Long Island, and his car breaks down. Who pulls up in a limo? Mr. Magic. He goes, "Now, do you want me to take you home?" I said, "Get my bags." Then here's the funny thing. He gets my bags, put it in the truck, get in the car. Who's in the car? Molly Mall, Chili Q. The driver, Romero. So Magic goes, "Hold up. Chili Q said that I met you already." I said, "You did, and you dissed me." You said, "Go home, little girl." I said, "I met you a couple of years ago. I was 16. I did my first demo." I don't even know what year that was. But I said, "But I'm 18 now," you know. And I had just turned 18 because my birthday's in July. It was the summertime. And this was before, you know, the school ended, you know, of the next year after. So it's 86 now. Because Juice Crew All Stars, that's when I joined the Juice Crew. When I got that ride, that's when I got invited up to do the promo. And after that school year, for that year, that's when we did Juice Crew All Stars. 87.
Hey, okay, do you got that promo? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go try to line that promo up right quick. You know what I mean? Let everybody hear. See, this is right here is history right here. This is Long Island history right here. You know what I mean?
Oh
This
no,
is,
that's the rap attack. Nah, that's the
you know
wrong.
what I'm saying? This is how we lay it down. You know what I mean? This is how it's been laid down and been put into effect. You know what I'm saying?
Give me 1 minute.
But also when you rocked out with Mr. Magic, you did a song with Craig G too, didn't you?
He did. Craig G was the beatbox on "Oh Veronica, Veronica."
Oh, I didn't know Craig G was the beatbox on that.
Mm-hmm.
He was the beatbox for "Oh Veronica, Veronica." That's why I said I met Biz, Craig
Wow.
G. It was just destined for me.
Yo, that is
Those
crazy.
is my brothers. Those my brothers. Juice Crew for life. Juice
Yo,
Crew for life. And you know, Curtis Blow is an original Juice Crew. So I've been in connection. You know, these are my brothers. These is my fam.
yo, I didn't know that Curtis Blow was part of Juice
He's
Crew at one.
the original Juice Crew. That's all.
Wow.
Sal is the one. It's like the Fever. All of them. That's
Yeah.
the original. Now I can't call all their names, but I know. I if you said the names, I would say yeah. I think he is Juice Crew before us. But
Okay.
we would I guess the new generation, the next generation after them. You know, Biz Markie, Big Daddy Kane. Let me just say this: I was before Big Daddy Kane.
Right, right. Yeah, because
Okay.
Juice Crew All Stars came out before Kane was on.
Exactly, because he would have been on Juice Crew All Stars, and I think he would have aced that.
Yeah, definitely.
He would have aced that. He would have aced that.
I think at that time, Shan was the man at that time on with Juice Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he was getting a major push, you know, at that period in time. You know, he was on a lot of Molly Marl's mixtapes and everything else that was kicked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Shantae was the queen.
Yeah, Shantae was the queen.
Shantae was the queen from Queens. Yes, she was. She in a class by herself, just like Magic say. It could be you could be fly, dope, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She still stand by herself in her own light.
That's right.
Because she's just got her own. It's like you could be dope. That's okay, fine. Mm-hmm. She's still gonna be there. Yo, and she just so funny. Every time she makes me laugh so much. She's funny. She's she's shiny.
Shout out to Roxanne Shantae also too. She had came out to the 50th anniversary for the Nation of Gods and Earths at the Apollo. You know what I mean? She showed the nation a lot of love, you know. A lot of love. So it's always nothing but respect for Roxanne Shantae, the queen.
I went live from the car show. She was on there and she stayed till I got off. I said, you know what? That's showing love.
No question. She's
showing love. I don't know what it is, but she's a new shiny, but she's still her, but she's I guess evolved. I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciated her doing that. Yeah. And she was like, if you would have let me know, I would have came. I was like, what? I don't know if it would interfere with her being on the air at Rock the Bells. I don't know. But I don't know. But I sure did appreciate her. You know, she did show me love, and that I'll never forget.
So, what is your relationship with the remaining members of Juice Crew?
They just Juice Crew for life. They call me sometimes.
Okay.
Juice Crew for life.
Yeah.
Cool B. Shani, she takes my calls even before Biz passed away. Biz was we kept in touch till
Yeah, may peace be upon them. Yeah. May peace be upon Bismarck. Salute. But okay, you got that lined up, man?
Yeah, let's run it.
Let's run it. This is the promo right here for Mr. Magic's Rap
Juice Crew All Stars, baby.
Oh, the Juice Crew All Stars. Oh, we gonna rock out for real.
Yeah,
I'm finna get my WAP on in here.
We gonna take it to the Juice Crew All Stars. Yes, sir. Take it back.
WAP on in that jump.
for analysts. Fans on your list and opponents I dismiss. Erase copycatters to simulate data or data for greater, for later. I better dispel, expel, terminate well. You lift the barbells, but you still got Nell. I'm causing heavy breathing at the top and never leaving. I'm not starving Marvin, but I get even Steven. Tell me jump out these dots where my voice rocks. I'm a walking Fort Knox with the grip of an ox. Molly Mars on the cut, we beat, deacon up, or sucker DJs will stop, follow the G-rap, we will go real far, and that's why we down with the Deuce Crew, All-Star, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, 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 Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness. I have the greatest reputation for rhymes that I grab and destroying all rappers that step in my path. So all your past steppers, you better stop stepping, cause I release lyrics as if they were weapons. Rappers start training, cause I'll be remaining. The rhymes that I state will stay in your brain and you'll keep dancing. I'm self-enhancing, got more rhymes than the rooms in a mansion. So to my opponents, this won't be pleasant. You were good in 86, but this is 87. It's time to react, put records on wax. My rhymes bring more visual impact. Ears will respond to what I'm creating. I'll be infiltrating with the rhyme I'm articulating. Don't say I'm whack, that's not a fact. I can never get rough by an 86 New Jack. Stay in the spot before you get rocked. I'm not going for it, so rappers just stop. Please keep my message, this is your last warning. Turn over a new leaf, cause a new day is morning. So fighting MCs, you know who you are? My name is Craig G, down with the Deuce Crew, All-Star, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, 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 Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness.
The party doesn't start until I enter the place, and all your MCs know me by my face. Now that you know me, why don't you show me the respect that you owe me? Everywhere I go, I get a compliment. I guess it's the glamour that I present. Guys like my appearance and the way I rap, but they're too chicken and say they're on my strap. I know they're in love with the way I perform because I bring a sunshiny day from a rainstorm. They love my voice, they know I'm their choice. My raps and my beats all equal the voice. They never reject anything I say. They receive it and believe it, cause I don't play. When I rock up on the mic, I'm bound to go far. And Glamorous is down with the Deuce Crew All-Star.
Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, All-Star. Never say a rhyme that's less than hooping. Beauty queens are the girls I'm scooping. This is just a small rap representation. Down with the juice since the basic foundation. Blinded to the sight, to the touch, I'm scorching. Rhyme so deaf that they're worth a fortune. Bulletproof sneakers, a bulletproof vest. Killing like a villain from the old Wild West. Write one rhyme and for years you run it. I sit and write a rhyme when I'm done, get blunted. Come see a show cause it ain't like others. We roast, don't roast, and we're close like brothers. You better hold your girl when the crew walk by her. If one of us is skeezing, we just might try it. If you wanna step to us, there's no half stepping. Just say the words and choose your weapon. It's time for me to go, I'm at the end of my bars. MC Shan and I'm down with the Juice Crew All-Star.
Woke up one morning, I became an MC to protest this matter and always agree. Cause if I ever caught a bite, I'm boss, similar to a beast on an MC rage. Any MC I'll abolish on and off the stage. Spread fear across the land like a nuclear reactor. Measuring the radius like a protractor. MCs label me as a mic manipulator. My brain is the bomb, my mouth is the detonator. But the navigator of the 7 C's. With the mic in my hand, I mutilate MCs. See the width of my rhymes, calculate to a sum. Queensbridge Projects is where I'm from. And I'm a
oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness, Deuce Crew, All-Star, oh my goodness,
reason why I'm here, just to tell it to you. Why I'm a Juice Crew all-star, best believe I am the best. Guaranteed to let you know I shine, say yes, it's super fresh. Never found another MC who can cope, because you best believe I'm as strong as dope. Knock out all the MCs that is in my way. You cannot qualify, cause I am Shantae. Now my rhymes are so deaf that they call them tragic. Couldn't be part of the crew without a touch of magic. You best believe that the things I say make me rock and shine, cause I'm Shantae. I came to tell you now just who I be, how I rock the place so viciously, cause I'm a Juice Crew all-star. Oh my goodness. 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 Juice Crew all-star. Oh my goodness.
Yo, do you know how many parties at the Korean ballroom and the, you know what I'm saying, the Roosevelt High School joints, the American Legion basement parties that was turned out because of the Juice Crew All-Star joint? Yo,
Wow.
real talk, like that was one of the first posse records.
I gotta add, man. I got two-part questions, Glamorous. Number one, how did it feel in the very beginning for you, the first time you stepped on stage, not in the booth, but actually stepped on stage in front of a crowd? How was that your first experience? And I'll ask the second one when you're done.
Okay. It was mesmerizing to me. Like, to see so many people that enjoyed what we were doing. I mean, if you could see my face when I did Good to Go at the Apollo, I was in it. The feeling is like it's amazing, you know. It's just amazing to see that so many people like what you were doing, and you have to like what you're doing. I, but me and Biz, when we used to talk, he used to say hip hop is fun. Hip hop is fun. He said we do this because we like to do this. You know, and I said, yeah, it's fun. I like to write. I like to rhyme. I always did. I like to write poetry. I like to write songs. I sing too, but I sing to my children. I sing to myself. I sing some hooks sometimes when I'm trying to write stuff, you know. But it's that moment when you see that crowd out there, it's breathtaking.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's breathtaking. It definitely is. It's breathtaking. I think I was nervous before coming on, but when you get them screaming, they actually boost your spirits when you get out there. They boost you up when they be screaming, yeah.
That's cool. All right, part two. And I think I might be stealing my partner's thunder, but we'll see in a minute. Flashback. KRS-One comes out, the bridge is over. Where were you and how was your response to that?
Actually, I was nowhere around. But let me tell you, I wasn't in that beef because I was actually at self-destruction video shoot in the park. They had it was in the park. If you have the Right On magazine, you'll see me sitting right in the front.
Okay.
When everybody the group picture, I was in the front on the left hand side at the bottom. I was there. I didn't hate, and I always like KRS-One, his his style and everything. I of course, they were battling or whatever, but that's not my battle. I'm not a battle rapper. I'm just say pretty. But let me tell you, I'm wicked with the pen. If I have to go in, I'm gonna go in.
Right.
But I have knowledge of self, and I'm righteous. So, I won't be ripping heads.
Yeah, that was a classic moment for both sides, really. From the Bronx to Queens, I think it elevated the style of rap. It elevated the consciousness of rap as far as, okay, we can go toe to toe with the pen and the words on the mic and still make good music, because it brought great collaborations amongst a lot of hip hop people, and it brought a lot of battle raps out. It really did. I think
Mhm.
that was the first, and to me, the real separation of dividing a set from a set, because the East to West Coast thing was a whole blown out proportion. But the Bronx versus Queens, now that divided a whole 5 boroughs plus the greatest Long Island.
That
It
that's
divided the
that's why I'm like, I'm from Long Island. I ain't in that. Long Island, keep you smiling. And we strong island, strong
That's
island.
it.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
You know,
that's special, because now that they're grown up, they respect each other, they speak to each other.
Absolutely.
That was some, as you say, some halal beef.
mhm.
You and nobody was trying to kill anybody. Ain't nobody got no gun waiting for you outside to shoot you because you said something. It was fun.
Right.
It was fun. It was something to do to entertain the youth. We were young then,
Mhm.
and I enjoyed it. To see each other, um, going at it with not abusively.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You could play these records now. You could let your kids listen to it. This is some, it's entertainment.
Right.
But that stuff right now, they really do have a bullet waiting for you outside when you get
Right.
you been around the
Right.
corner, down the block. You
Right.
know, it just don't make no sense.
Glenn,
Peace wise, somebody said peace queen to me.
peace, peace. Yeah, that's wise magnetic. Peace to the God.
Peace, brother.
What Glenn, how do you see, like, when you was on the mic, when y'all was some Juice Crew All Stars, you had a bunch of different female artists out at that time, and y'all
Mhm.
was forging. Y'all was definitely, like, you could go from yourself to uh Sweet Tea to Roxanne Shante, you know what I mean? Even like, you know what I mean,
Right, yes.
you know,
Her and I are cool too.
yeah,
Money
you know,
Love,
Moni and
um, Queen
Latifah.
Latifah,
You had that, and then you had Antoinette.
Sparky
Then
D, Antoinette. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
you know, and you look at the ladies that was the MCs back then, the female MCs, and then you had Salt and Pepper. Then you had other, saying females
Yep.
groups from the West Coast. But how do you see how the trajectory of female MCs are today, where you only have like a pocket of it, like one or two are being pushed? Like you might see a Nicki or a Cardi B, or every now and again a Remy, but you don't see the real push for the female MCs.
You mean right now?
Right now, yeah, right now. Because back then, so we had a bunch of different female MCs that we could choose from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I remember, the Inspector Gadget joint, you know what I mean? And you
Hmm.
just you just had a bunch of different female MCs. Now you have to pick one of three. You know what I mean? You don't have that different variety or different styles of MCing, or you just have the strip club music, basically, is what it is now. But you had back then, you had the knowledge, you had the party, you had all the different things
Hmm.
with female MCs, and you had to respect the female MCs lyrically, whereas y'all wrote your own rhymes. So how do you see, like, this new generation that's coming up, and do you think that they a lot more female MCs need a greater push than what they're getting?
Well, what I see is, in order to be the it right now,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be with the silicone, the eyelashes, and all that stuff. I think that's what's selling.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look like, let's take Nicki Minaj has the Barbie look,
Right.
the Barbie doll, but the black Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, Cardi B is, to me, when I look at her, I thought my first impression of her, I thought she was almost looking like Nicki Minaj,
Mhm.
you know. And I was like, okay, it's not that, it's the hair, the nails, the lashes,
Mhm.
you know, the breasts and the, you know, it's, you got to have something like that, you know. I've seen a female, her bars, I was like, oh shoot, she is fire. But her
Mhm.
appearance wasn't like that. And I really don't see her. You know, it's like, if it was on my feed, I came across it, you
Mhm.
know, and I'm like, why is she not somebody?
Mhm.
You know, so it's an image that you have to portray as a female MC right now.
Mhm.
So the difference between me, and that's why, and when you play my track, I say this is not a comeback, it's a come off,
Mhm.
because I don't need to come back.
Mhm.
Not to that. I don't want to be that. I'm
Right.
in my own lane,
Mhm.
modesty,
Mhm.
you know, and knowledge,
Mhm.
message,
Mhm.
you know. You heard, oh, Veronica, we were
Right.
young. We talking about boys, this and that, AIDS, you know. You know, it was funny to us back then, but now that we grown, we have knowledge, we
Mhm.
have, you know, we've matured. We listen to that, you know, it brings back memories, but we're not on that no more.
Right.
We want something new.
Mhm.
You know, I've even written stop the violence, you know, gun violence. You
Mhm.
know, I'm rapping about that stuff. You know, hip hop is what you make it. And if a female feels that she has to take her clothes off and be naked
Mhm.
to be somebody, you know, and it's, if that's what sells, to, you know, if they selling themselves like that. And see, I have knowledge of self. I'm told in the Quran, you don't sell yourself like that. You
Right.
can't, you know. So the
Why
life
do
of
you
this world
why do you
is but a
feel
amusement play.
like right now? I feel like that the new era of female MCs are more subjected to be uh, seduced by the industry instead of being educated into it. You know, and I see them. And don't get me wrong. I mean, the glamour, okay, it's all good, but
Hmm.
if you're not standing yourself out amongst the rest, if you're still sounding like and looking like the rest of them, this one, and doing that same thing, you're only known as that type of MC or that type of artist in this industry. When back in the days we had the MC Glamorous, the Queen Latifahs who came out, and then you ain't had to expose yourself because it was just like you said, it was about the bars.
Bars. We have bars,
Beyonce, crazy
and
bars.
we, yes, and
MC Mike,
all
Antoinette,
the sisters.
crazy bars, but did not get the right push because Antoinette, Bahamadia are some lyrically geniuses and they're wicked on.
Oh my goodness. I was listening, you know, I remembered one song from Antoinette, right? So
Mhm.
when Ralph McDaniels honored all of us,
Mhm.
and I saw them, I said, oh yeah, I remember her. I went to go look up her stuff like later on. I was like, yo, homegirl got bars.
Yeah.
She's nice. But if you have bars, and you don't necessarily have to have bars, if you have the body, the
Mhm.
look, and you're willing to do all of that, they'll get somebody to write something for you. Because that's the next thing I want you to know.
Uh-huh.
Um, the lyrics for "Good to Go" and "I Know You Want Me." Well, "I Know You Want Me" is you know, is ad libbed and written by, you
Uh,
know, other people. The image that they want me to be, and as you can see, after "Good to Go" and "I Know You Want Me," I stepped off
right.
because that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had signed to Centerfield Productions, their jingle company, and
Mhm.
I did a song, "That's the Way I Like It."
Mhm.
It was a club record. I was getting ready to go that way. And I also did a gospel. I did a gospel track because I was
Mhm.
Christian at the time.
Right.
And I was going to have gospel side A, gospel side B, and club side Hey, and somebody said to me, "How you gonna do that?" I'll be the first to do it. And while I was, because I was really getting into church and everything, as soon as I got that far, snatched, I became Muslim, and it was never released. It was produced by Hollywood, not DJ Hollywood. It was Hollywood with Centerfield Productions,
Okay.
and that was in Manhattan. And Tila Rock is the one I did. I was on his track. Come and give it to me. I sang on his track. That's
Okay.
me. You know. Um, he was on Sleeping Bag Records, and so that track, I was on Centerfield Productions, and then Centerfield Production released me to Nile Rodgers, Chic,
Chic.
She, yeah.
and he was on. I think he said it was Warner Brothers that he was on at the time. I was on Chic Mystique, and then at that moment, because I was going through a divorce with Tila Rock, I became Muslim. I became Muslim, and now I had to take my voice off because I was told by the imam, because I married an imam, and he said, "Oh, you can't do that." So he took my voice off. I stopped rapping, but I didn't stop writing, and that's why you hear what you gonna hear. What
I was going to ask you about going from glam to Islam. You
That's
know.
right. Everybody call me glam, and I'm like, now it's the Islam. From glam to Islam, that's who I am.
No, I was going to ask you about the glam to Islam. How was your journey, you know what I'm saying, coming from the music business into stepping into Islam and being an entertainer?
Well, putting God first, and getting knowledge of self, and studying my deen, learning my prayers, learning, how to read the Quran in Arabic, learn the Quran for myself, not by somebody else just telling me. Imam Misa is original, and he guided me and taught me everything, my foundation, and it's just, I figured if I studied and learned more and get closer to the Creator, he had told me the best before Islam is the best in Islam after you attain knowledge. So I'm like, okay. So I became a better writer. I became a better, a better person.
Now, like with you spoke about Imam Isa, we used to have sit downs with Imam Isa because we used to have classes at the EOC, and he was a part of it. And we used to have to sit down with Imam Isa and the rest of the board so we can have our GCC classes at the EOC and in the rush and things like that. That's going back. I'm starting. That's going back.
Great.
I married that man, right?
Imam Isa?
Imam Isa?
We have 8 children together.
Wow. Blessings.
Well,
yeah, he taught me my foundation. And we had 8 children. So I have 9 altogether.
Yeah, we know each other very well. We know each other very well. We had to have a sit down at one point in time because there was a little rub with the 5%ers and in the Muslims, you know what I'm saying? So we had to have a sit down and square some things away. But yeah, for the most part, Imam Isa was always a good dude.
And that's why I respect everyone, because that's how he taught me. I don't discriminate nobody. Your belief is your belief. But what we all have in common, we're all human beings. And I always say respect over love. You ain't gotta like me, but you gotta respect me.
Definitely.
That's all I say. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. But respect just balances everything.
So how was the transition for you as far as hip hop?
It was smooth. It was smooth. The last person that I kind of kept in touch with was MC Light, and then that kind of, I guess, whatever she was going through, whatever she did, transitions in her life. But I always kept in touch with her, and then I lost track with her because of one of my phones, I think, on my phone numbers or something, and I lost one of my phones, and I lost all my contacts. But I found, when you used a phone book, when you write back in the day before cell phones, you wrote it down. Right. I had found a book, and I was calling. Some of those numbers was disconnected, but I got back in touch with certain people, and they kept in touch with me. So I was like, I'm not losing this. Yeah.
Now, you have awards and citations that you have gathered over the years. What was the one that means the most to you?
The recognition that the Youth Empowerment Institute had given me. Oh, you know what? Tito from the Fearless Four, he gave me the first one. Okay. He gave me the first one. But the one that the Youth Empowerment Institute gave me was like a solid mic. Right. That's a microphone. Let me pause for a second and let me go get that real quick.
Okay, no worries. Hey, okay, you got another one of Glam songs queued up?
Absolutely, I got going good to go. If we gonna rock that,
we can rock good to go.
All right, let's get this in motion. Rotation. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, you tune into the Real 360 show with our special guest for this episode. It's none other than the Mc Glamorous, one of the first and elite MCs, female MCs, coming straight from Lord's Island.
Exit 21, baby.
Absolutely. Doing what she's did and what she's done. And as you can see, she's still doing her thing in many other different ways as well. And we're proud of her for that. And this is her joint right here called Good to Go. And you hearing it right here on Real 360.
I mentioned you, Sugar Bear. Peace.
I'm here. Yes, it's glamorous, and this you can't resist. I'm sweeter than Swiss Miss Coco. We snatch up the mic and go loco. Treat you like a step child and go out with my style. So sit back, relax, hold on to your hat. Cause I'm a rapper, not the jet. And what I mean by that is I could be a shady lady. And if you don't know, glamorous is running this. And I'm good to go.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm sexy and I'm sexy and I'm dope on the rope. I make you scatter to the Vatican and pray to the Pope. With the wisdom so I with your eyes. You can't handle the scandal when I vandalize. Your brain also take your heart then break. Treat you like a taxi girl caught in its place. Soft as a flower, power to do damage. Hit you like a hammer and still manage to be sweet and look good and kick it around to you could. And not even tame with the flame boy, and you should rest your pet. You can't take my spot. Cause I'm in the juice crew and I seduce you so fly that I should have wings of a plane. And glamorous, I insist, it's not a plain game. Whether fast or slow, you'll know, you'll go and flow with the pro. Cause I'm good to go. Jeans, I fit them. Guys, I upset them. Then forget them. Cause so part of suckers that make me sick. Then get to choking, you'll be choking off the rhymes that I kick. Yeah, but this lady there is a man. And if I was a singer, I'd use a band. You're slim and I'm flam. I'm slim but slam. And when I get off the mic, I say, damn, I'm good to go.
You see?
Yo, that right there, man.
Yo, this record is in demand. It's the rarest Juice Crew LP.
I give a man a kiss, my whole girl a pound. Cause you know I'm down to grab a toy boy MC by the neck, sign a name on his back, put him in check, cause I'm the beauty. The bass line's the beat, the masterpiece without release will only increase and get higher as I get fire. So I advise you not to try a girl like me, cause I collect jot it down. You want the recipe to jot it down. Black or slim and petite can never be a fatty. You was in a young
Patty.
I don't be babysitting. You want a babysitter? Go and get a girl that's shitty, cause I'ma be kicking around. Going for mine while you be dancing like baby behind. And at the end of my show, you go, whoa, yo, Glamorous, she's good to go.
Now, who was saying metaphors before anybody else?
Yo, this is crazy because it's taking me back to a period of time, man, that we all love, like that 80s hip hop. But also too, MC Glamorous. I know that you have a lot of things that you got going on today, far as working with Sparkle and different things. So can you speak to the people and tell them where they can find you, how they can book you, how how they can get in touch with you if they need a feature, a hook, or something of that nature?
Okay, and they can email me at from glam, the number 2 Islam, FROMGLAM, the number 2 ISLAM at gmail.com. You can hit me up for anything. I am a community crisis chaplain with United States New York State Chaplain Task Force. I am an instructor as well for that organization. I train leaders in the community who come to me who want to join our team.
Is that correct?
Yes. Okay. You got a space between the M and the G, yeah, so but it's all together. It's one word, from glam to Islam. I'm on Instagram. I am MC Glamorous as well, and from Glam to Islam as well. I'm on Facebook as from Glam to Islam and Chaplain Jamila and Jamila Abdul Kareem. I got pages, different, because I'm doing chaplaincy, I'm doing poetry, I was calling myself the Muslim poet at one time. And then somebody on Facebook said Muslim poetess. I was like, forget it. I don't want that. I left it alone. I left that page. I was like, forget it. You come with an idea and it was like, no, I think it should be poetess. I was like, I'm trying to be different. But that page is still, this whoever has it, they putting on their Muslim poetess. Real quick.
I was just going to ask before we bounce. I want to know, how are your seeds? The changes with you, and how are they handling all the success of y'all as a family? And they doing projects as well?
I can tell you that my children are gifted. I have a daughter that knows how to do filming and editing. I used her one time. I know that 2 of my sons can write lyrics and have shared them with me, and one went on the radio show with me, and he spit, and I didn't even know he was going to do that, and I was like, oh, the apple don't fall so far from the tree. So yeah, my children got skills. My children got skills. They got, and my daughters also know how to write poetry, so they're really gifted.
That's beautiful. But Glam, I want to thank you for coming on. We've been jostling back and forth, I think, a couple of weeks trying to get you on.
Yes, because I'm always snatched for something.
But this was a pleasure. Thank you so much. It really was nostalgic to take us back into time, because that's exactly what this interview did. I know for myself, it took me back to a period in time. I can't stop smiling because I'm thinking about where I was in 86 and 87 and 85 and, 84, different songs. And I want to thank you for laying the path for individuals who came out from Long Island to be successful in the rap game, because that's something.
Shout out to Half Pint.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Half Pint. Shout out to TA.
She the next queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to PA,
You know,
Son of Berserk. Shout out to PE.
that's right. Son of
You
Berserk.
know, Spectrum City. You know, we
Yeah.
all grew up with that. But today was about Miss MC Glamorous, from Glam
Yeah.
to Islam.
Yeah,
Make
Yeah.
sure that you hit her up for those features, because trust me, you're going to get those bars. You're going to get those bars, and make sure that you know what I'm saying, you're righteous at the same time. You know?
That's right.
Or you
So
get
you got you got the new one?
Yeah. I got what you sent us.
I
Kay
sent
got,
you the new one too.
yeah, Kay, you got the new joint?
Hold on.
Because we can segue out with the new joint. Make sure that everybody hears that.
All right, let me double check.
But
this.
also too, don't you have something coming up soon?
Sunday.
Sunday. What's that event?
Report against Roosevelt Battle of the DJs at
Roosevelt gonna win
Roosevelt
that.
Park.
Roosevelt gonna win that.
Prince Charles. That's his event.
Roosevelt gonna win that.
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders. Rough Riders. You already know Exit 21 is definitely in the building. We not playing. You know, Nasty Road and Babylon Turnpike ain't playing. Park Ave in the building.
Let me make sure this is the right one. If this the right one you sent me, we're gonna play this right here. You tell me if that's the one I got. Make sure. Hold on. And we can let the fans ride out and rock out with it.
But make sure y'all remember, you know what I'm saying? It's going to always be about Exit 21, 11575 in the building.
Absolutely.
11520.
11575. That's how we do that.
11575.
11575.
The borderline. I guess I gotta be the borderline because I'm from Freeport and Roosevelt. That's it.
Glamorous,
Right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, MC Glamorous right here. The Real 360.
I'm here. Yes, it's glamorous. From glam to Islam, you can't resist. From head to toe, I'm good to go. I'm busting these bars because I'm a pro. Why you listen, you tripping? The beat is hitting. You like how we do it? Ain't nothing to it. I'm a blast from the past, representing my crown. Long, strong island, and I'm still around. Nassau County, to be exact. The art from my heart, you feel the track. I'm hot like fire, so back up from the flame. Glamorous still exists, respect the name. Here's a demo to the memo, in case you didn't hear. First woman for my line, hip-hop pioneer. Turn to Islam to perfect my glam. I thank the Lord for who I am. I'm MC Glamorous. Fly to the eye, faith to the bone. Always praying to Allah, devil leave me alone. From glam to Islam, yeah, that's me. My name explains on the contrary who I am and where I be. What I do, all eyes on me. Nevertheless, wherever I'm going, no matter what, my faith is shown. The rapid chaplain, wife and mother. I'm every woman like no other. People stop and stare. I really don't care. I'm guarding my modesty when I'm out here, making a difference, knowing my worth, contributing to the peace we spread on earth. I'ma spread peace and love as long as I exist. Lord help me, your servant, MC Glamorous. Helping humanity is my concern, based on the knowledge that I've learned. And I could still be glamorous all up under this. Allah gave me the gift, and I'ma spiritually uplift. This is not a comeback, it's a come off. The queen is on the scene, even with my clothes. I know you're judging me, so mind your manners. Man plans, but Allah is the best of planners. I must be brave, right? That's how you think of me? Before my great sight, I'll be a memory. You can't erase me or abase me, and my enemies can't even face me. I know the hate is gonna hit. They know who they are. I start with Allah. I only fear Allah. I seek refuge with Allah from their jealousy and envy. When I remember Allah, He remembers me. He's my best friend. I never doubt this. So don't try and mess with the blessed. MC Glamorous. From Glam to Islam. Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me.
Peace.
Peace,
That
peace.
sounds like real old school, don't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Taking
You
it
know,
back.
the UK, they just wanted me to come back. So Clandis, he was like, "You have no idea. We can't wait till you come back. You have no idea." And sure enough, and DJ Credit One, he did the scratching on that, and the studio, Rich Sun Studio in Freeport. That's where I recorded my vocals, and they sent it over, and then I even got the 45. Now they sent me the 45 press. Because they still do vinyl in the UK.
Ah, that's
So
good.
I just received my vinyl, the 45 for it.
See,
You know,
taking it back with cassette tracks and 8 tracks. You know what I mean?
I still got my record player. My children bought me one like this. It's a record player, CD player, radio, cassette player, and aux. It's like an all-in-one
Right.
for my birthday. And I was like, okay.
Definitely. But again, thank you so much, MC Glam. Give us 2 minutes after, the show, so we can chop it up right quick, and then we'll let you go. All right?
Okay.
But Kay, you know what time it is, bro. Love you, man. Hell of a show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and listening and checking us out on the Real 360. As you know, we just had an explosive episode with the one and only MC Glamorous, Glam to Islam. Listen, showstopper, body rock, and never crock. You know what I'm saying? We're going to kill it like this. Hip-hop, original hip-hop will always live forever. Why? Because it was the foundation for all things to come and exist to now. So you got to give respect from when it first got started, because if you don't know no history, you need to learn the true history at the beginning to have a best understanding of hip-hop. And I'm saying that because it is what it is. All right? So once again, tune in. Before we go, Ja, let them know who we got coming up on our next episode, and I'm out of here.
The next episode, we got Cold Drink, a trail rider, Southern Soul artist, will be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and we're looking forward to having him. And next week, we got Force MDs in the building, so make sure y'all tune in. Because like I said, real to real, we only going up, and we only bringing the truth and the real individuals.
Absolutely. All right, to all our fans, we say peace to you and all, and we'll see you when we see you on the next go round. This is DJ KYs, and on behalf of my partner, Josh Melala.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. So DJ KY, my brother, take us up out of here, son. Hey.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of God's earth, to all the human families on the planet Earth, and I say peace. But you are subscribers, folks who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on. I give a big shout out to love, peace, and happiness. To be the man, woman, and child of the you and I first. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the real 360. We bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you upon our show. You make it possible for us to do what we do.